Hi everyone, welcome to the Nintendo Show, Ep.03. I am your host, Devin Moon, and with me as always, the man that I owe a life debt to, Trevor Payne. That's a Star Wars reference.
Yes.
Star Wars reference.
Ooh, Devin, thank you. You did that for me, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I made it just for you. I was like, you like Star Wars? I'm going to give it because I gave Star Wars crap a little bit last time.
No, it's cool. You redeemed yourself. I appreciate it.
Yes. I am your Wookiee. I'm here for you.
Dude, you could be my Wookiee anytime. The Wookiee to my Solo.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, dude.
Right, dude. So just a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. This episode will be a little shorter than usual. That's because I'm going out of town next week. I'll be seeing some witches, going to Salem, going to Boston, going to the East Coast. Yeah.
Oh,
First
dude.
time. So I'm excited. We're going to Maine, Boston, Salem. And that just see the fall and all the spooky stuff. So we're pretty excited about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. Okay. Our podcast, after all this, dude, you're going to have to come back and share some of your sweet stories.
Yeah, man. I'll give you all the tasty goodness that comes from that place. Hopefully lots of crab and fried fish.
Nice.
All I'm going to do is, when we went to the last coastal region, it was all fried fish, man. Fish and chips. That's the way.
Honestly, it sounds amazing.
What else? So we're going to be recording 2 weeks of content today. So it's going to be this one will be more normal. The next one you'll see is not as normal, but that's okay. We're doing it for you because we love you. You understand what I'm saying? We love you. We want weekly content. Gotta give it to you.
We love you.
Yeah. Oh, smooth jazz. Let's play that smooth jazz. Anyone? Where's the guy with the saxophone that I ordered? He's not here.
I can't even make a fake saxophone noise. It'd sound terrible.
Do you order? You can't order saxophone, people. Anyways, well, you probably could, but you probably wouldn't call ordering them. That's a different service.
Yeah, I was going to say something different.
So let's get into some good news, some Mr. Miyamoto's magical news. That's what we're calling it for now. Now, listen, if you don't like the name, we'll change it, but that's what we'll do right now. First off, we have two items on this Mr. Miyamoto's magical news this week. Number one, Blizzard warning. Just a little disclaimer, just so everyone's not freaking out, because I know some people hate the politics, and we're going to get a little political. Not so much American politics, a little bit maybe.
Oh, dude, I'm preaching.
Some of us are wearing Trump shirts. Some of us are wearing Obama's.
Hey, I'm going to say right now, I'm not wearing that Trump shirt. So back off.
Just kidding. We're doing the Blizzard stuff. So we'll tell you what's going on. So just a disclaimer.
Recap it for us, Dev.
Yeah. So the reason we're doing it mostly is because Nintendo. I know we go in mostly Nintendo news, but Blizzard is releasing Overwatch this week. So that'll be, I think it deserves some light because of that, basically. So
agreed.
Let's get into it. So Hong Kong-based professional Hearthstone player who goes by the name of Blitzchung was interviewed on October 6th about his winnings of the Hearthstone tournament and becoming a Hearthstone Grandmaster. During the interview, Blitzchung wore a face mask and the reference to the government-issued ban on wearing face masks while protesting in Hong Kong, not Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Later in the interview, he shouted, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age." Immediately after the proclamation, the stream cut to a commercial. The videos of the Grandmaster match are no longer available online. But Blitzchung, in a statement to Even Globe NG, said, "As you know, there are serious protests in my country right now. My call on the stream was just another form of participation of the protest that I wish to grab more attention. It could cause me a lot of trouble, even my personal safety in real life, but I think it is my duty to say something about the issue." And we're still going. I know it's a long news story. I just want to give you all the tastiness. So Blizzard, the creators of Hearthstone, then banned Blitzchung from Hearthstone's esport for 1 year, stripped him of his title of Grandmaster, and took his winnings from the match, as well as fired the host that interviewed Blitzchung. According to Blizzard, Blitzchung violated the rules 6.1, which reads, "Engaging in any act that, in Blizzard's sole discretion, brings you into public dispute, offers a portion or group of the offends a portion of the group of the public, otherwise damages Blizzard's image will result in a removal from the Grandmaster and reduction of the player's prize, total to $0, in addition to other remedies which may be provided under legal jargon, blah, blah, blah. When speaking with IGN about Blizzard's decision, Chung stated, I expected this decision by Blizzard. I think it is unfair, but I do respect their decision. I'm not regretful of what I said. So let's just get straight into a fan question real quick. We want to try to get all these fan questions out since it's a shorter episode. So let's see. First off, remember you can go to your favorite website, podcast, video game form, and we will repurpose your questions for the show or write us directly at podcast@nintendoshow.com.
Woo!
Like Lost My Shoes did.
Ooh,
Fan
that's a
question.
Good one.
Yeah,
Good
that's
name.
a good one. They ask, with American companies now entering a global market, should we expect said companies to strictly follow American or Western ideals or values? Trevor,
Oh boy,
get into this bad
Hachi
boy.
Machi.
Woo, woo, woo. Dig deep.
No, like, all right. So first of all, there's some stuff going on in Hong Kong. If you haven't been watching the news, there's some stuff going down, right?
Yeah.
They're protesting. There's a lot of stuff. It's kind of a touchy subject, especially because China doesn't like that. They don't want you to speak out. They don't want to, publicize people revolting or disagreeing with, their Communist Party,
Mhm.
So
Yep.
the fact that this player of Hearthstone,
Yeah.
on the stream, put in his support for, the protests and things that are going on in Hong Kong, I think it's awesome that he did it, because obviously it's a passion, something that's important to him. But shoot, dude, like they gave him the ban hammer real quick,
buddy. Yeah, they
so-
let that bad boy go, man.
I
Crazy.
guess. But yeah, like to suspend him for a year, take his winnings, and not to mention like fire the person that interviewed him and things like that. That's just crazy.
It's insane.
I guess people that were watching, they could see, because I guess there's clips of this on the internet, but like the hosts of the show, the second he started talking about this, they started ducking behind the desk because they're like, oh no, this is not gonna be good for us. But here's my thing. All right.
Yeah.
So man, I guess I don't even know where to start. So
It's a
with
hard
the
one. Yeah, it's a big
question,
one. Yes.
from our dear friend Lost My Shoes.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
It is an American company, like why do we, or does that company have to bend to the will of China? It's an American company. Part of their philosophy, and this is something I've always loved about Blizzard, that they have this big, like, cool statue, the World of Warcraft statue out in front of their offices, and there's a bunch of like mottos or sayings that they live by, is what they say. And one of those is to, like, you can say what you want to say, that you can share your mind and things like that, but they're not living up to that by banning someone for using the freedom of speech.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Now,
so strange. Yeah, it's weird.
It is strange. Well, and the other crazy thing too is, like, the reason why this is such a big deal is because part of Blizzard, there's a company called Tencent that owns a portion of Blizzard, and Blizzard also does a lot of business in China with the said company. So all Blizzard games, they're not published by Blizzard in China. They're published by this company, Tencent. Or is it NetEase or Tencent?
It's
One
Tencent.
of the two.
Yeah, I think it's Tencent.
So anyways, like, the fact that they are kind of bending to the will of China because this guy spoke his mind and things like that, and because they're worried that they're going to get banned from doing business in China and that there'd be a financial loss, like, I just think that's such bull crap, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it's shady. It's weird. And just, I mean, with this question, it's more like, so he's basically asking, since it's entered a global market, since like American companies have, should they follow or should they bend only to Western ideals or values, which is a good question. I personally think they should. I understand that there are good values from different cultures, and we shouldn't be like down pressing against those different viewpoints. But there is a viewpoint with freedom of speech where I feel like that is one that we can't really allow to be, for me, that is a viewpoint in the world that should be true everywhere. And I know it isn't, but to me, that's a value that must and should be true everywhere as possible. Because it's outrageous that you have, like, it's just about money now. Like, it's just a whole bunch of corporations bending to the wills of China. And in a way, by doing this kind of stuff, you're making China come into our the way we do stuff here. So like we won't see, like, the live stream was like gone, right? Like it's taken down. I'm sure censored. People have clips.
Yep.
But like the point is like they took it down so none of us can see it. Like that doesn't offend us in the United States. Like I'm not going to be offended by that crap. Most of us here, I would hope, are defending or believe in Hong Kong. It's sad that all these Hong Kongese people are like waving, good old Hong Kongers are waving their American flags and like singing to Trump, like, please listen to us. And we're just sitting on our butts, playing with our iPhones that are made from Chinese companies and all this stuff, and just not doing a dang thing about anything. We're just not even listening to the idea that the Chinese in Hong Kong are basically trying to brainwash their children to think this is the new way. This is Chinese. They are made it now where they have to extradite. So like when they want it, so they imprison people in China so they can prosecute them in China. So they extradite those people out of Hong Kong. So they're coming out with ways before like they are totally taken off, because Britain screwed the pooch on this one, which we all have screwed the pooch somewhere, even the United States, obviously. But this one, it's like, oh, you get to be Hong Kongese for a little bit, and then eventually you'll be Chinese.
You're gonna get pulled into China and
exactly.
have to live by their laws. And
the
thing is, it's a democratic society right now, and there is freedom of speech and all these things. But I don't know. It's one of those things that just frustrates me that, American company that, first of all, this stream wasn't even in China. So like this was, I think, in Taiwan or something. Okay, canceled. That is technically part of China, and it's a whole mess. But it was outside of China, and the fact that they have such an influence to make us make Activision Blizzard feel like they need to ban this person for speaking up for what they wanted to speak about, because he has the freedom of speech, but they censor it. And then on top of that, like, what's to say, like, so let's say this guy got up and he said something about America, right?
Yeah.
Would Blizzard, or even like England or whatever, would Blizzard do the same thing? Would they have banned him? Probably not, right?
No, because we all in America believe that it's totally cool.
You can say what you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, I know people believe that we are controlled by a dictator in some way with Trump, but that's totally untrue by the fact that we can say, screw you, Trump, and poop on his face.
Yeah.
Like the point is like, we have that freedom and we don't care. Even if Chinese people burn our flags, whatever, or whoever burns our flags, even American people, that's the great part of America, y'all. So it's just weird. So here's another question from Mad Murdoch. He asked, it seems to me that Blizzard is not the first American company to bow down to China, engorging their wallet. From Disney to NBA, many American-based companies are turning their gaze to China. Makes sense considering China has nearly 1 billion more people than the United States. And in Blizzard's case, China has already caught up to the United States in video game revenue. So here are my questions. What do we do? I hear people want to boycott Blizzard, but if we boycott one company, shouldn't we do it to all companies? Should we put morals and values over convenience and entertainment, or are we corrupt no matter what we do?
Dude, that's interesting, because like, honestly, so all right, I had a WoW subscription, I canceled it, and in the notes for the reason why I canceled was due to this. Like, nice. I really find this egregious. I don't like it at all. And the fact for this company to bend so hard to this outside country is just crazy. But like, so for instance, the CEO or one of the main dudes of Blizzard came forward, and I guess a quote from him, he said, "The specific views expressed by Blitzchung were not a factor in the decision we made. I want to be clear, our relationship in China had no influence in our decision." And and that was the end of quote. And they say that, but that's not it. That is not it. So
why was it taken down? Like even from what we said before, like the rules, where is it? 6.1 states, engaging in any act that Blizzard's sole discretion brings you into the public dispute, offends a portion, a group, or the public, or otherwise damages Blizzard's image. How did he do that?
Yeah,
like he didn't. How did he do that without, like, the only thing he did was Hong Kong. There's this big protest in China and Hong Kong. What are you talking about? You're full of it.
Yeah.
It's such a joke.
So it's just kind of sad. Like, so anyways, it's kind of one of those things that they bent to China as well, because that is a market where they need to get money and grow or want to get money, because it is a huge industry. I get that. But it gets down to a point, is like, man, what is the core of your business and your, I don't know, philosophy on things? Like, it's sad to see. And how is this going to continue with other companies? Like, we talked about NBA, we talked about other things. Like, is it going to get to the point where now we almost lose our freedom of speech because China? Like, so anyways, it just seems silly.
Well, and it's crazy. It's and so, yes, for the boycotting question, I understand. Should we boycott Blizzard? I think as gamers, you do what you want. Like, if you feel like, this doesn't bug me enough because I think it's a business decision, which it makes sense. Yes, they are literally 1 billion more people in China, which means that is a big market, and it already, like, I think it's only a couple million below the United States in video game revenue already.
Absolutely.
And dude, they have not even touched it. Those are, I think, most of the famous games in China are mostly by Tencent or like Chinese published games, and there's obviously like the MOBAs and stuff like that, which are popular there, but they haven't even skimmed, And so when you're comparing a market that is 350 million, say the United States, and 1 billion and 350 million, I mean, it's not even a competition. And so that even makes it feel like, if we boycott these companies, do they even give a crap? It's like, oh, well, we lose money now, but we'll gain it in the end.
When we get into China, right?
Yeah. When we just suck up to these buggers for a little bit, it'll be just fine.
Like, I don't know. I felt impressed enough to cancel my subscription. The other thing is, like, so there's a mobile game that came out that was Call of Duty Mobile that is surprisingly fun. Like, I've had a lot of fun with it, and I didn't think I would. And it's one of those things I'm like, do I stop playing this because I don't want to support this? But the thing doesn't matter. And that's kind of the sucky sad thing. Wow, this got sad.
It is going to get sad because if you think about it, everything is made in, so many things are made in China, right? Our phone, like all these companies that we watch, all these things, like Disney, like none of us are going to watch a Disney movie again. Give me a break. Your kids will be on your backs. And like the freaking, like, it's just not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen. And like, I know South Park made episodes about this recently, just joke, all this all happening at the same time is a ridiculous thing. For me, I think I'm going to boycott Overwatch. I was going to buy it on the Switch. I don't think I'm going to buy it on there.
Dude, I know. I was kind of looking forward to it.
Bad timing. Like, it's such bad timing. But I've already played and I'm done. Like, dude, I would have double dipped, dude, or triple dipped for me. But I know.
I was going to say like a quad dip. Dude.
Yeah, I think
this is a 4-layer dip. So, but then, like, the crazy thing is too, so they have BlizzCon coming up here soon, like within weeks, right?
Yes.
So last BlizzCon, there was like, a big uproar about the whole Diablo on a mobile thing made primarily for a Chinese audience, which is kind of interesting to look at it now. But how are they going to do this upcoming year? With that. So I've heard that people are going and they're gonna kind of be protesting it and things like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of curious, and I want to see kind of what plays out.
Well, and even so New York has a Nintendo store that's really popular, and we're going to have some kind of Overwatch thing there, and Blizzard canceled it there. They're not going to do it there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like they know something's wrong and something's going to get nasty. There's all these people like you getting out for WoW, and all these other things. It's just it's pretty impressive. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but you know what? The only thing we can really do is like, as a consumer, we can protest and things like that. But one way to protest is vote with your dollar. Yeah, like, if you don't agree with something, I know it's not a lot, like my $12 or whatever isn't going to make a big difference. But the thing is at least it sends a message if enough people do it that, like, hey, check yourself a little bit before you make some dumb decisions, because they did walk back on this a little bit. They made it only a 6-month suspension. They let him keep his winnings. They're going to rehire the interviewer guy or whatever, the people that were hosting it. And so like they've walked it back,
to find a middle ground.
And I think that, you know what, they saw the outrage come from it and the bad PR and things like that hopefully it was enough to send a message to them to, like, hey, before you make such a dumb decision just off the cuff like that, like, think about it first. And if I got to help make that possible a little bit, then that makes me happy.
No, yeah, for sure. And the last question, Pinky Pal asked, it seems to me that Blitzchung knew the rules set out by Blizzard, even expected the outcome. Why should we be outraged over some rule breaker? I think, yes, he definitely knew the rules, but I don't know. In the end, like, he's like and even in here, he says my life can be threatened, which is possible. Like, he's super popular. He's on a stage of like millions of people, and he says this. You don't think his freaking face is everywhere? You don't think people are China's gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll find that guy.
China's got a target on him.
Guys, these are like people that are rounding up like Muslim people and putting them in concentration camps. So it's not like outrageous, and it's not crazy. And yes, he knew the rules, and maybe he doesn't care about the money in the end. Obviously, he didn't. So for us, though, as Americans, we're outraged because he earned the money. Yep. And we all like it. We all like people earning the almighty dollar. And we believe in free speech. Just remember that, Blizzard. You are in California. Hopefully they still have free speech there. We'll see.
Or free peaches.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Oh, boy.
It's a song, I think.
You nailed it, dude. Good job.
Yeah, that's the one. All right. Here we go. That's it.
Okay.
We did it.
Okay, we're closing the book on that one.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I've had so many just thoughts going through my head. Wiggle it out. Woo! Anyways, dude, let's get to some fun stuff, right?
Get in there, Rock. Man, I feel like Rocky Balboa. I'm all beat up, bleeding in the corner. Go get him. Go get him. Anyways, we're done. Sorry if you guys hate politics and everything that's everywhere, which is happening now. We're sorry. It won't happen that much because, Nintendo is not really political heavy. It's very rare.
Nah, they're kind of whimsical.
They're pretty fluffy.
Yeah.
They're a whimsical company. We won't have to worry about it too much.
I love them.
Yeah, they're great. Let's go back into their world. Fortnite woes. It sounds bad, but it's not. Fortnite Season 2 ended with a black hole sucking up one of the most popular games ever made, leaving both players and parents scratching their heads, not hands, as to why they can't play Fortnite. The answer, of course, is Fortnite is doing a bit of a remodel like most every season, this time with a completely new map and a new name, Chapter 2 for Fortnite. That's what it is. The news comes as a relief to players who were hit hard by the black hole, causing literal tears in younger and older players alike who worried about their precious V-Bucks and character builds, which are both safe. So the question, thoughts on Fortnite, Trev?
Yeah, so like I'm not a huge Fortnite fan. I've dabbled. I play here and there. I have every dabbled once in a while.
Too. Yeah.
And I'll pop in every once in a while. It's fun. Like there's moments I just really suck at it. But
me
dude,
too.
All right. So they are amazing at like building hype and like marketing and things like that. Because like this whole thing with the black hole. So like to explain a little bit more what this is, it was just like people would like log in and it's just this little black hole. It's this black screen with this black hole in the middle and then like stuff kind of flowing out of it and
numbers and stuff going on.
But then like, dude, this is how cool this is. And this is like, so everybody's like, what the freak is going on? And Epic's not saying anything. Like they're keeping their mouths quiet and they start sending out some cryptic stuff on their social medias. And it's like turning into this conspiracy and they're like, what's happening? And then on that screen with the black hole, every so many minutes, a number slightly pops up and then fades away. And then people were trying to match it with words from things that happened earlier. And it was like this huge epic thing. So like, this is what I love about it. Like, I don't care about Fortnite, but I love this. This was so cool because, you know, people were just like coming together and trying to figure out what's going on. And, you know, to come find out, obviously they're doing like update and what a cool way to do all like the back end maintenance while,
exactly.
You know, like, I don't know, like yes. And they did it on a weekend, Dev. Like when they
could have been super obviously popular. Yeah. And so the question that we got was basically, does anyone do marketing better than Fortnite? I don't think so.
Well, all right, time out. I want to say for this. No, like this was so amazing. Yeah. I just thought this was the coolest idea. I love craft like this.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. For me, I really actually can't think of anyone that does better. Like
no, they do a fantastic job.
They do a good job. There are people, I'm sure there are, and they're probably just escaping my brain. But like seriously, this is such an amazing. Yeah, I'm sure. Leave us your correction somewhere. Into the black hole. It's very, 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 very cool. The whole idea, and like you said, a perfect way to do like a whole bunch of maintenance and stuff. And just make hype around it. Like, oh, we have to shut off this game because we're going to do a brand new thing. Yeah. And it's going to be big. So we probably need to shut it off. So let's do this weird black hole idea. Dude, yeah, it's perfect. It's great. It's awesome. Dude, so it's pretty cool. So for me, I'm not a Fortnite guy. You have to be so good at building. Those kids and people that are doing this game,
those little hooligans,
those little tykes are rolling me up in wood, and I can't do a darn thing.
Yeah,
you know, they're just making like a house around me as they're shooting down on my face.
They cage me in. It's rough.
I'm like, I don't know how to even build. Yeah, so it's not for me. And I played it on the Switch. And to be honest, I play a lot of portable with the Switch. Yeah. And for me, like, dude, that game ain't a portable because it's so small. I don't even know. I can't see people like thousands of yards away. So it's really hard to do unless you're on the screen. But yes, way excited. New map. It's about time. I know they've obviously rearranged the map, did like new portions, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, obviously, and they've like really new mechanics and different things too.
Yeah,
which
they
is got
like
cool.
Some kind of, what is it? Like a building, like a bench kind of thing where you can build guns and stuff, which sounds cool. Gets a little more action-based kind of combat in there. Yeah. So it seems like they have some good things in this new stuff. We'll see what happens. We'll see how everyone likes it. But dude, just the hype, the excitement that's coming from that. It feels good. It feels good after Hong Kong. It feels good. It's like
you know how we said like no more politics?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Let it go. Epic is owned like 45% by a Chinese company. I think it's Tencent or NetEase. I can't remember. It's one of those two.
Probably Tencent because everyone has Tencent.
Sure. Anyways, so they're like owned a ton by them. And the main dude from Epic, I can't remember his name. I wish I had the quote right here, but he basically came out after this whole Blizzard thing and said, we will not be, censoring our players and things like that. Like they can go and say what they want. We don't care. So like this guy is like, as long as I am the key or like the majority shareholder, China's not going to have any effect on what we say. And I thought that was so baller to get up and say that. But then the funny thing is the black hole thing happened. I'm like, oh shoot, they shut her down. Oh no, China cares. Anyways,
that's great, dude. That's perfect timing. That's
politics over, but I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, dude, that's perfect. Good job, dude. You win in my heart. I want to play your game now, just for no reason.
I know.
I'm going to touch it. I'm going to play. I'm going to download it. I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to turn it off. But I'll tell you what,
real sad.
For you, I'll do it, Mr. Man. Thank you for your Hong Kong support. God bless America. All right.
America. Who knows? Whatever.
So that is our second bit of news. That's it for the news. We did it.
We did it, Deb. I love how we celebrate every time we do it. Like, oh boy, we did it. Like it was something hard.
Yeah, it's really difficult to speak, y'all. You have no idea. So we're going to do a little game of who did it better. We started this bad boy off last week. Tell us if you enjoyed. If you don't, let us know. All right, here we go. We're going to pit two amazing games in a similar genre and declare once and for all who did it better. This week's games: Ocarina, Ocarina of Time.
Yep, nailed it.
I'm not gonna confuse it. Ocarina of Time versus Wind Waker. Sometimes I overthink that one. All right, Trev, who did it better? Zelda match.
Oh my gosh, this is a tough one, dude. Why do you do this?
That's what I'm saying.
So both amazing entries into like the Zelda franchise, like just cool in very unique different ways. I don't know. Let's start with just the art style. For me,
art style, yes.
Wind Waker, dude. Wind Waker
easily
destroys that art style. I remember when that game came out, people were up in arms because they're like, "This is for kids. This is stupid. This is so little kitty and baby and whatever." But dude, the art style that's like cell shading, very vivid colors. It is just beautiful. It really is. And it stands the test of time. Like it's one of those games that we can go back to 20 years from now and be like, wow, this really looks amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's for me, hands down, Wind Waker. When you see that game, guys, it still looks good. And when they did the HD, that is one of the best looking freaking games out there. The art style carries that sweet, sweet succulent. I love this freaking art style. That's where it wins. Like Ocarina's fine for a 64 game.
Yeah,
but, it was a 64 game. They all looked kind of. They all had the box hands and all that cute stuff. But yeah, so art style definitely. So this is why I chose this one. They're both dungeon based 3D ones that I think are probably the best of the dungeon based 3D Zelda games.
Yep.
Who has the best dungeons?
Ugh. Huh? Dude, I don't know.
I think it might be
I'm gonna have
Ocarina.
to say Ocarina. Yeah, I'm with you. I genuinely, I love it. Yes, there's some dungeons, like the water dungeon, where you have to go and equip those dumb boots and stuff over and over.
That's a turd biscuit, but I'll tell you what, it's still fun. When you get old, when you're older, it's not a big deal. But when you're a kid, oh man,
did you just call it a turd biscuit?
Yeah,
I like it. I'm going to use that. That's great.
Yeah.
Nothing like good old turd biscuit. All right. I don't know, dude. I would say for me, memory wise and going back and thinking of when I've played through these games, I'm probably still going to say Ocarina. I love that game with a passion.
Yeah. But I think I'm almost there. I think because of the dungeons are better. I not that the dungeons are bad in Wind Waker, but I can't really remember them. They are burned into my brain for Ocarina. Wind Waker, I remember a few things Dragonfall Island with the swinging on the dragon tail, things like that. Going down into the underwater, and then it's Hyrule Castle, but it's all in black and white or something. It's all muted. There's cool things like that, but those are the very few that I remember. Maybe the dungeon at the beginning with the pirates, but the rest, I really don't know. And I recently played that. Well, more recently than Ocarina, but Ocarina, I remember every single dungeon, every one. Yeah. Maybe not the later ones, but even then I feel I remember, and even just going through it in my head, how to do it. So in that way, I think so. I think gameplay, I think Wind Waker wins out. Just, I feel it's a little smoother.
Yeah, it feels a little tighter.
The combat is actually really nice in Wind Waker.
Yes.
The going behind guys and slashing off their armor and that kind of combat feels nicer. Then I feel the other one was fine. It's okay, but that really perfected it. You got the dual sticks and all that. So I think that improves. So,
well, you know what? With one thing with Ocarina of Time, like that game, I guess, like we were saying how beautiful Wind Waker is, and it really is.
yeah.
There's something to the art style of Ocarina, though, and just the atmosphere, the mood. Like, there's
Yeah,
moments
it's
I
very
remember
moody.
playing, and
Yeah.
I was like, genuinely felt like kind of scared or tense, or like it
Yeah.
just has this vibe to
Yeah.
it that I
You're
really
right, Trev.
like it fluctuates really well between like beautiful forest to like kind of creepy, I'm in a graveyard,
Yeah.
I really liked it so much.
Yeah.
I think I have to say Ocarina for me.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think I'm gonna agree because that you got me on the emotional. I was about to go Wind Waker just because the visuals and the gameplay. But you're right, man. When you got dungeons, which I mean, those games are a lot of it is dungeons, so that's important.
Right.
And also those like the emotional feelings, like when you're leaving Sarah for the first time,
yeah,
in the
dude.
forest. Coming back,
playing your songs on your little ocarina dill.
Yeah, the music was better than the Wind Waking, way better. The horse, even though like going back to it, not as great, but to me it felt better being on land. And I feel like the just and the emotional thing of going back in time, like when you're older, seeing young, like the people when they were kids and stuff was really weird. Like you just felt like you were Peter Pan that grew up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool. You're right. Hard to beat.
Right?
Hard to beat one of the best games of all time, Wind Waker. Thanks. Come again. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Like, get out of town. No one likes you.
You're so bad. No.
No,
Wind Waker
say
is
that.
so good. Go get that game. HD is the way to do this thing.
Dude,
do this thing.
I want to go play Ocarina now, like the more that we talk about it. You know what? I know that they've done like the up-res kind of like 3DS port or whatever.
Version.
How cool would it be for them to do like a full-on like remake. Like, and like not just like an up-res thing, like a full-on remake, like redo the art style,
Resident Evil
fix
2
dungeons.
Style. Yeah.
Like, man, I want that. And
dude, yes.
I don't know. I love that game.
If that game came out like that, I know Nintendo probably won't. That just doesn't seem like their style to do a full remake. Oh, they might. They've done a few, maybe, of like 3DS stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's possible. I would like to see it, but that's it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Bing, 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 winner. We got
Oh, wait, you do it. Let's start. Ocarina win.
Yikes.
Should I, I'm not going to quit my day job.
Let's skip this. Yeah. You get the belts and all that jazz. Countdown to Halloween. So we're doing this because Halloween special, it's coming. Each week, we're suggesting spooky games for all y'all to play in honor of this spooky month. This week's game, the original Doom.
Ooh.
Now, this is a weird one. This is
Explain
a weird
yourself.
one. Because people are going to say, hey, Devin, this is an action game. You shut your mouth now. You shut your mouth. This is an action game. I get it. It's an action game. But when I play the original Doom, there is a feeling that comes into my body that I can't explain. I get chills. Like,
is it
literally,
possession?
Yeah, it could be. Like, it's, dude, when I play that game, it creeps me. I think the music and the way that it moves, because it's really fast and kind of.
And the way, like, the demons,
weird.
Like, growl or yell or whatever they're doing.
Yes, the weird growl. And you swear you can hear them behind you, but they're not.
And then,
Dev, the thing
I hate so much, you go to a door or whatever and you open it and then there's like the demon sitting there. You're just like, oh, freaking. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That is really cool.
So, yes, I know it's not a classic horror game, but really, I've never been more creeped out than the original Doom. It gives me chills. Like, I literally get goosebumps and I don't know why. So if anyone can explain that to me. It's like, when the kids would play the cross game on your back and then they do the pinchies and they blow. That's what Doom does to me.
That's what Doom are you talking about? What weird crap were you into as a kid, dude?
Listen, dude, you were a teenager when this was happening. It was all
some
the rage.
Weird friends.
It was all the rage. All the people were touching your back. Not adults.
I was going to say, you might need to speak up, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Well, I'm
if you
gonna
all know
Google
what I'm
that.
talking about, leave it in the comments. I think it was like X marks. I don't know. X marks the spots. Now Cold Breeze. Okay, we're going to get into some fan questions. Liam Doolin from Nintendo Live asks, Aspire, the developer in charge of Jedi Outcast and Academy, ports on did the Academy and ports on the Switch just teased that they have more games like these 2 Star Wars classics in development. What Star Wars games would you like to see ported to the Switch?
Oh, dude,
Trevor?
I know exactly what I want. You ready for this? Actually,
me.
no. I want you to guess. Take a guess.
KOTOR.
Okay, but that's a good one. I agree. That was going to be mine, but then I thought of something else.
Oh, okay. Something
So,
better.
yes, KOTOR, amazing, but
okay,
think outside the box.
Something outside the box. I don't know, Trev.
All right,
I don't know.
dude. So, do you remember
be like the Republic Battle Commando one?
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, so no, it's called
Republic.
You did.
Yeah, Republic.
Way to go,
Commando.
dude. Republic Commando. So
Nice.
It was a first-person shooter where you play as the clone troopers, like an elite squad or whatever. I can't remember the details, but it was really cool. It was very like atmospheric. I remember at the time because it came out on Xbox and I think PlayStation 2 or something.
I think so. Yeah,
it was so fun. Like I remember enjoying that. Dude,
Yeah,
so I might
good.
be up in the night, but I might go back to it and be like, oh, this is hot trash.
Yeah.
But I remember loving it, and I swear other people like it too.
No, I think you're right on the money. I know I'm one of them. When I played it, it felt like, so you also like controlled the troops and stuff, so it felt like a Ghost Recon a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of issue orders.
But like, like first person view, maybe more like Rainbow Six. But yeah, it was like so good. The only problem with that game is like literally 3 hours, and like I feel like the
short,
like the variation wasn't very much there. I felt like there was a lot of Geonosian. Is that who those guys are?
Yeah.
The buggy guys. Yep. It was a lot of that kind of area.
There was a lot of them.
I dig it. It was actually, it was like my second. That's why I said it. But yeah, KOTOR would be mine.
Cool.
That game, and even the second one is fine. Not as good. It's just some weird white witch lady. But the second one the first one is really good. And if you, obviously, I'm sure everyone's played it, but I would like to go back to that bad boy. It's a good one.
I agree. Like KOTOR is amazing. But this is the reason why I didn't say KOTOR, because it is seriously. So, all right. First of all, we're saying KOTOR.
Yeah.
Everybody might not even know what KOTOR is. So Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Yes. So this game is on everything. I think I started playing it on my fridge one day. Like there's it's seriously on everything. I played it on my phone, on the computer, on every gaming system alive. So they might as well throw it on the Switch.
Yeah, it's probably already, because it's already on portable. So I'm sure
like
they
might as well. I
guess. Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to play through it again. Even though that's is seriously one of my favorite games of all time. Like it really is great. I think I'm burnt out on it.
Probably overdone it. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any like out of the, like something not so obvious, but dude, the Battlefront games, like the old ones,
like the old Battlefront games would be great.
Yes. It was so good.
Those were fantastic. And then I think also remember the Rogue Squadron games? Like there were some that were better than others, but
freaking Nintendo, dude. Yeah. Like those are Nintendo bad boys.
Agreed.
Come on. Yep. Those look so good also.
Oh, I think that would be super fun.
Yeah. And you got like the exclusive like Naboo fighter when you did like some kind of crap. It was great. Oh, no, wait. I take mine back. Dev. Okay. All right. Give it to me.
Take a guess.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I'll just say it. Okay. So
I'm running out. Okay, go.
The pod racer game on Nintendo 64.
Yes. Okay.
So
yep, you're right.
That
no,
game
you're right.
is one of the
So
best
good.
racing games of all time. I don't care what you say. Hey, you bring your Mario Kart and you say, yo, this is the best. I'm going to say, yo, dog, have you played a little thing called Star Wars? I don't even know the name of it. Pod Racer. Yeah. Super Pod Racer 64. I don't know. But that game is so fun. I booted up on an emulator a couple of months ago, and it is still really good.
Oh, good.
So, anyways,
okay,
bring that.
Hey, dude, and why? By the way, where's all the pod racing? Why did we drop that? That was like one of the best parts of that game, like that whole series of Star Wars.
Yeah,
like that whole first episode, that and Darth Maul. Come on, let's bring that bad boy over again. Dude, at least show a little clip of it.
The insurance costs for pod racing in the galaxy was just too much. They had to, they're like, you know what? We just, Geico can't keep covering this. We got to shut her down.
And
then Flo showed up and she's like, I'm putting the kibosh on this.
Classic Flo. What a jerk she is. Amazing cool on Reddit asks, if there was a Mario Kart 9, what would it be like? Would you buy it? Do you think it's a good idea? Personally, I would buy it. But at the same time, I'm wondering what it would be like. That's what he said. Personally, I would also buy Mario Kart 9.
And this is Devin.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, this is Devin. This is coming from Devin now.
Okay.
You got to buy those. Those are pretty good. What would I want it to be like though?
It would be pod racing, Devin. It would be pod racing. You'd get pods, and then you would have Mario in a pod racer, and then I guess there's stormtroopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers. You use Star Wars things as items.
Oh, what am I talking about? You can't have stormtroopers during that time. There weren't stormtroopers.
That's true.
Oh, man, I'm getting my canon all screwed up.
Well, they weren't even anything yet. They weren't even clone troopers. They were they were in their little clone pods.
Yeah, their little scrubs.
Podding away. Yep.
Anyway,
Trev, come on. You call yourself a Star Wars
dude,
fan.
I know. I done messed up. Okay. All right. Back 9. To the question. Sorry.
I would make it, the only idea that I think would be, well, not only, but one idea that I think would be cool, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, amazing. It's amazing. But it's been out for 10 years. It's probably time to get a new bad boy on that, a new coat of paint. Let's make it an ultimate. Let's make it like a Smash Bros.
Oh,
Let's get all of the Nintendo characters into Mario Kart. We already got Zelda hanging out in there. What is he doing there?
Right.
Where is he hanging out? I understand he's in Link's Awakening or whatever. Well, like Mario's chilling with Mario or Zelda. I get it. Or Link. Not Zelda. Zelda's not even there.
You're saying some words.
I'm sorry. My canon's getting freaky.
Dude, we're losing some street cred right now.
Yeah, tons of it. So all of these freaks get into a bar and they go have themselves a race, drunk as a skunk. I think it'd be great.
It's rated M for mature.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I just Mario Kart 9 DUI edition.
I just went with the drinking part. I just ran with it a little too far.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is all of them together, every course that has ever been on Mario Kart, and a little sprinkles of extras. And we up-res and we redo, and it looks amazing.
Yep.
What's ultimate in this bad boy?
Let's do it. Let's get older. Because honestly, I don't know what else they could do. Like, that's not my job.
Make a game. Come on,
I don't
Nintendo.
know.
You've had 10 years. Sheesh.
Even though
Anyways,
8 really is amazing. Yeah, good question.
No, it's really good. Yeah, thank you. Amazing, cool. And Liam Doolin. Again, everyone, if you have questions, send them in to podcast@nintendoshow.com. Let's get into the new releases. October 11th showed. That was a couple days ago. Killer Queen Black. We talked about it last week. It was 84% on Metacritic. Did you get to play it at all, Trev?
No, unfortunately not yet. I'm
Okay.
eager to dip my toes into some Killer Queen Black. So I looked up because last podcast, you were talking
Yeah.
about how like it was a cabinet, and I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell is he talking about? A cabinet? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about because I've only ever heard of this as a game because I think it's come out on other consoles like Xbox and stuff like that a couple of months prior. So I went and looked it up. You're right, dude. There are physical cabinets in arcades. There's like 50 of them.
It started as that. I don't even think it's on other consoles or until now. Maybe I could be wrong.
Maybe,
but I think
high.
I mean, I could be crazy. I didn't actually look, but I know that this was like the main deal was the Switch thing when they showed it off at the Nindies like a year ago. But yeah, it's like a cabinet of 10. I think I said 8 last time. It's 10 people. And you have like 5 people like literally on one cabinet on the other, and they're like competing against each other. So it's like a big old nasty mess of fun. And guys, I played this game and it is excellent. It is so good.
It is. It has online, right? That's how everything functions. Let's
online.
play this. Like, I am so on board. I had no idea that I want a physical cabinet. I want something in my house. I want to have a big old arcade cabinet. Like, this thing looks so cool. But yeah, I had no idea. Like, it's cool that a new game came out in arcades. Like,
yes. First,
that's
first
amazing.
Off, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
like that's so cool.
No, it's so good. Yeah, it's just paying attention to all the different resources you have to manage in this 2D kind of perspective on a one screen. It's really cool. The only issue is like if you have a bad queen, it's gonna ruin your day because the queen has a lot of job. She like makes it so you can have soldiers. She like if she dies 3 times, the game is over, and that's usually how the game ends is because a queen dies, not from the other different things. So there's maybe a little bit of a balance issue there, but it is so fun, really good. It is up there with any of those single screen games that we talked about last week. What was the Towerfall, and Duck Game and stuff like that. I played both of those. Those are very. It is up there. I'd say it's definitely up with Towerfall. So good, so good.
Cool.
Go
That's
get
awesome.
it. Run for it. October 15th. Planescape Torment. That's something. Overwatch.
That's like an old school RPG.
Planescape, right? Yeah.
It's kind of like Baldur's Gate.
I knew I've heard of it, but I was like, I don't know if I've heard the Torment part. Is that one of the games? Do you even know?
I don't know. There's multiple Planescape games, so not my cup of tea.
I just wonder if it was a new bad boy. Zombieland Double Tap Road Trip. I don't know what this is, but I know it's Zombieland based, which is coming out this week, as the movie is. Children of Morta. Do you know anything about this? What is this, Trev?
I don't know. It's I haven't had a chance to dive into it, but so I saw the screen art on it, and wait, not even the screen art, just the logo, and I was like, dude, I'm in.
You're like, we're down.
It's one of those like kind of 8-bit retro looking kind of games. It looks like it's like a side scroller. I don't know, but I am kind of, dude. I always get giddy about that art style, so I'm gonna look it up. I'll let you know next week.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, 85% on Metacritic. Most people are enjoying it. And I looked at it, and visually it's not too horrible.
Yeah, right?
I actually thought it would be worse. So
I joked about it last week as far as having Vaseline smothered on the screen. It looks okay.
As Vaseline as normal. And especially like when it just focuses on the character, like the character models look pretty good. I'm like, those are not horrible. So I'm going to pick it up because I've never played the whole thing at all. I've barely started. Cool. So I think I'm going to give it a go.
Dude, I'll do it as well. And we'll have a in-depth discussion about it one day because that game looks awesome. And I would love to have it portably and knock out a quest or whatever I'm doing. That just seems so cool.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. Do you think since they've been able to port that successfully to the Switch that maybe it would come to mobile devices?
I
know it sounds crazy.
I don't think it will, just because it feels like the reason that some of these higher these prestige ports like Doom and Wolfenstein are coming onto the Switch is because it has a controller.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you can use Bluetooth controllers and stuff on your Apple, whatever.
Well, yeah, because they made Xbox and PlayStation controllers fully compatible.
Yeah, but I almost wonder if it's for them, it's not worth it because the player base doesn't actually care so much to play those type of games.
Maybe.
I feel like it would just be 2 minute. The button issue might be a problem. I think it will. It's obviously could because there's definitely better chips out there right now. But I just don't think without the controller if it's worth it. And I feel like that might be the deal.
Maybe like I couldn't see playing it with touch controls. That would be stupid. But I don't know why when we were talking about it, it just came to my head as like, dude, like if the Switch can play this and my Note 10 Plus is more powerful than my Switch, like it could totally play some Witcher. And I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. Anyways, weird stuff. Cool. But so cool that is on Switch.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, so that's that. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. I'm guessing this is the classic Baldur's Gate.
Yep,
I heard that was coming back.
Yeah,
the old school. This is the one that I know people love Baldur's Gate. Big fans. I don't know much about it at all. Never was like because it was a PC game before, I believe.
Yeah, it's a PC RPG. It's like you have your party. Tell them where to go and what to do and what spells to cast, and it's very story based, a lot of dialogue. It is just not my cup of tea, dude. Like the controls, I've tried going because like the idea of it, I'm like, oh, it's like Dungeons and Dragons, but
definitely,
you know, like I don't think I can hang with it. Not my cup of tea.
Last but not least, time for our final recommendations. We're going to give you something awesome to check out, video games or otherwise. Recommendations, Trev, what do you got for us this week?
Cool. So last week, I talked about Dark Crystal. Hopefully everybody got to go check that out, take a peek, get freaked out by those weird puppets. But this week, I want to recommend, it's an anime called My Hero Academia. Nice. So, Dev, have you ever seen this?
I have seen the images, but that is all. Cool. I've only seen like DVD covers and stuff like that.
Sure.
People don't use DVDs anymore. But yes, I have seen it.
I
don't know anything about it.
It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite animes. Even if you're not into anime, I think this is one that people could dive into and end up really liking. So season 4 is kicking off. I think it just kicked off on the 12th. And I am so amped about it. Like the story is incredible. It's about, so My Hero Academia is about this kid. And he lives in a world where 80% of the people have superhero powers and they call them quirks. And he was born and didn't get one of these quirks or these superhero powers. Yet he just wants to do good. He wants to be like the main superhero, kind of like the Superman-esque dude named All Might. Anyways, he gets put in a situation where All Might, the superhero kind of main dude, gives him part of his power. And it's about his like growing up, and he goes to this like superhero school to learn how to become a good superhero and all. Anyways, it's just super cool. And anyways, you have some really dark characters and it gets really crazy. But anyway, the music's amazing too. You need to check it out. Awesome. It's super fun.
Okay. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to check it out. I got so many recommendations. What am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do?
Right, dude. That's what we're here for.
My recommendation is a YouTube one. Go check out Easy Allies and their stuff. Especially one show I wanted to mention that they do is Mysterious Monsters. It's a game show. Basically, it's just like Jeopardy, but with RPG monster kind of mixed together. So it's a fun little game show if you're into that kind of stuff. I'm not usually a game show kind of guy, but I kind of like it. Easy Allies does good stuff. They're the guys that were game trailers and stuff like that. So you probably have heard their voices or seen their reviews at least before.
Very cool.
But yeah, they do good stuff. So Mysterious Monsters, go check it out. I think you guys would enjoy it, especially if you're into video game stuff. They also do other questions in there. There's like movies and other stuff. But yeah,
cool. That's awesome.
That is that. A show is done. A show is done.
Wrap
From
it
the
up.
heavens, we've done it. Last and all, but not least, plugs and promos. Where you've been listening to the Nintendo show. If you didn't know, we're a weekly show. We do Nintendo news, as you can tell. If you love our stuff, if you enjoy our stuff, please like, subscribe. My goodness, and comment. Make sure you do nice comments. Do 5 stars on that iTunes and Spotify. That's usually, I don't know how you do Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. iTunes, give us some comments. Give us some 5 stars if you really enjoy us. YouTube, if you want, we're there. But we realize that we're a podcast. So more exciting if you're just driving around. And that is it.
Also, share it with a friend. Yeah, if you have someone that's into video games that would be interested, please share this podcast with someone else that you think that might enjoy it. It would help us out. We love doing this, and thank you guys for listening. We love y'all.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun, and honestly, it would be nice to have a good relationship with all of y'all. Get some questions from you, and kind of listen to you and get your comments, so we can make a show that is what you want to listen to, especially in Nintendo. We want to be the best Nintendo show. So make it happen with us, support us, give us some love, and we'll support you back. And that is it. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Woo!
Here we go. Finally here. Performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this monkey rap. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong. He's a hard style, so listen up to. She can shrink in size to suit her moves. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can go through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she's one cool car. He has no style, he has no grace. This car has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a baboon. This crazy car just digs his tune. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong is back again and about time too. And this time he's in the mood. He can fly real high with his jetpack on. With